remains at the district, while one copy is returned to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Here, I'm made to understand the District of Omoro and the sub-county Angagura and Pader and one other sub-counties had issues with their data cards, and we are going to see how to correct that anomaly. Upon completion of the validation exercise by the districts were required to submit these data cards of the genuine claimants back to the ministry to commence the process of payment. In the financial year 2021-2022, the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs budgeted and received 50 billion shillings in respect of compensation for war debt claimants in the 3 sub-regions of Acholi, Lango, and Teso. I'm talking of the 29 districts of Acholi, Lango, and Teso. A total number of submissions so far received from the districts is 25,000 claimants, those who have been uploaded onto the IFMS payment system, while we continue to receive other submissions from the districts. The funds available have been prorated per region based on the number of the districts therein in the affected sub-regions. That means each shall have funds available for its beneficiaries. Each district will have funds available for its beneficiaries or claimants. Before I conclude, Your Excellency, permit me to give special thanks to the coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, who has helped in overseeing this exercise to some extent and galvanized efforts to make sure the registers are cleaned, and so that we deal with the rightful people, the rightful claimants. Allow me to thank Her Excellency, the Vice President, for her efforts in organizing and pushing for this exercise to move positively up to where it is right now. Allow me to thank the Right Honourable Speaker and congratulate her at the same time. In holding that office, she has held with us multiple engagements, organizations, meetings related to this exercise, and we have come this far partly because of her efforts. I cannot live without thanking our late dear brother, our departed colleague, the Right Honourable Speaker, for his efforts, the number of meetings, mobilizations, and organizations he took part in or instigated on his own to see to it that this exercise moves smoothly. I conclude. Government, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, also initiated the verification of claimants in Karamoja sub-region and is considering other affected sub-regions I beg your pardon. Government, through the leadership of Your Excellency the President, also initiated verification of claimants and beneficiaries in Karamoja sub-region and is considering which other affected sub-regions to include on the list. And as we speak, we are receiving pressure from several other sub-regions which will be taken under consideration. As I conclude, I most sincerely want to thank Your Excellency, our President, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for accepting to launch the livestock compensation payment for war debt claimants and beneficiaries. Thank you. Thank you. I say all that for God and my country. In the interest of time, I have been asked to use this opportunity to invite my boss, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, the Honorable Muruli Mukasa. Thank you, sir. The floor is yours.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Your Excellency, the Vice President, the Right Honorable Speaker, and the rest of the protocol observed, on behalf of the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, I am indeed very delighted to welcome you to the launch of the livestock compensation payments for war debt claimants and beneficiaries in the 3 sub-regions of Acholi, Lango, and Teso. I also take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to thank you most heartily for appointing me Acting Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Thank you very much. I shall not let you down. I would like to thank all those people who have made this exercise a success. First, Your Excellency the President yourself. Thank you very much. The Interministerial Verification Committee, the members of Parliament from the respective regions, and their chairmen, the staff of the Ministry of Justice, led by the Attorney General, the Permanent Secretary, the Ministry Technical Staff, the RCCs, the RDCs, the district chairpersons, the COW, the RISOs and DISOs, and all those verification honest people who have supported the verification exercise to arrive at the true claimants and beneficiaries. Indeed, it is your effort that has brought us here now this far. Let me now take this opportunity to invite Her Excellency the Vice President to give her remarks, and then in return invite Your Excellency to address this gathering. Her Excellency the Vice President.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Anita Among, the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, colleagues, ministers, colleagues, members of Parliament, the religious leaders, led by the Most Reverend Archbishop John Baptist Odama, and your brothers, Bishop Olwa, Bishop Echiru, and Sheikh Ramazan Ochen. Allow me to adopt the protocol as articulated by the Master of Ceremonies. All invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome the people of Acholi sub-region, Apoyo Bino, Apoyo Teach, Apoyo Matek. And let me also welcome the people of Lango sub-region, Apoyo Bino, Apoyo Matek, Apoyo Teach. And let me welcome the people of Teso sub-region, Yoga Bunere, Yalama Bunere Jaune, a president. Your Excellency, my brief remarks about the sub-regions means that Uganda is having people who are interconnected, and therefore we are brothers and sisters in one way or the other. Because when I spoke in Ateso, everybody was understanding. When I spoke in Lango and Acholi, everybody was understanding. So we are the same family. And against that background, I would like to sincerely extend our sincere condolences to the people of Acholi sub-region for the loss of our dear brother, Jacob Olanya, who was our speaker. He was my deputy speaker for 10 years when I was in parliament. And I would like to assure you that he was a national figure, and therefore he was valuable to all of us, and we are all mourning for him as a country. Your Excellency, I know that the issue we are handling here now is not a new issue. We have discussed it in many forums, and the congregation here has been waiting to hear from you since midday, the time we had prescribed to start the ceremony. Allow me to preserve my comments about it when I come back to the region. Another time I can speak to people on radio about it. But for now, let me take this singular honor and privilege to invite you to speak to us. The floor is yours, sir.
Her Excellency the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, the Right Honorable Speaker, Anita Among, the ministers, their highnesses, the cultural leaders, their graces, the Archbishop and the bishops, all the Vice Chairman of NRM, Eastern Region, all invited guests, and those who are listening. The Banyankole say, wasigara mukirago nwakizinga, which means if you are the last in the bed, you are the one to arrange the bed, because you are the one who got out of the bed last. So the NRM has had to arrange all these beds because it is the last, it has been here for, there were others who were in the bed, they went, So, NRM, you are the one whom we have found in the bed. So you must sort out all these issues. The issue of compensation, which is really not strictly compensation, because as Obote was saying, the NRM, in most of the cases, is not the one which took the cows. But the cows were taken when the NRM was in government. So, you NRM, you are the one to bring back these cows because you are the one in charge of the country. And we have no problem with that. For a long time, we accepted the principle. At one time, we wanted to handle it as restocking, but other people said no, let it be compensation. So then the issue was, where is the data? Where are the facts? The people, of course, if people were really Christians, real Christians, not these ones who just shut their eyes and say they are Christians, or Muslims, or even good Wakafiri, traditional Wakafiri, there would be no problem because people would speak the truth In Luo we say Ada, Lok Ada. How do we say it in Ateso? The truth? A what? Abate.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, because even without records, these families are known. So the elders in the village should be able to know that the Kaguta family, before the problems of 1986, had so many cows. The people know, the elders know. They can tell you if they stick to Abate or Ada, the truth. But the complication is brought by dishonest people. But what I told so I'm very happy that General Saleh, through Operation Wealth Creation, took this effort, because that was part of the big problem. What do we do? What do we? But now when Saleh came in and used, I think, some network to come to the 99,000, he said, okay, let's start with those. Then some people said, but some of them are telling lies. I told them, I said, in Luo, we say Lubanga Tie. If they are telling lies, they are lying to Museveni, but Lubanga Tie. You leave them. You know, I have been here for just since before independence. I was already old and watching. And you could see people getting themselves into trouble by not knowing that Lubanga Tie. They behave as if, oh, okay. So I told these government people, if there are someone who are cheating, leave them. Lubanga Tie. Lubanga will sort them out. And I've seen Lubanga really sorting out people. You know, when we got independence, our leaders were all young people. All. Obote was 35 years old. Mutesa was 39. I think the only people who were above 40 were maybe two. Nadiope or Busoga, maybe 40 something, not also 50. And Barak Chiria. From all the others were young people. Adoko Nokion, 28. Gracie Binjira, 28. John Kakonge, 26. You know, Lubanga had given them Uganda free to run it. But tribalism, what? Once you got those things, Lubanga doesn't like those things. Because Jesus said, love your neighbor, love God with all your heart and all your might, and love God as you love yourself. That's what he said. I'm not the one who said it. It is in the Bible. So, at that time of independence, I could see, because by 1962 I was 18. I was participating, but also following everything. And I saw people really throwing away their chance. So I told these people of the government, if there are people who are telling lies, let's move. Lubanga, TA. So therefore, we have decided to move, and we shall start with those 99,000. But because it's a big job, we may not do it in one financial year, because remember, we have also got to do other things. We are not only dealing with compensation. This is what I was telling the soldiers of pension. Because we had to pay, I told you, the one who is the last in the bed. It's the one to solve all problems. The soldiers of the Europeans who fought in Burma in the Second World War, we are the ones who are paying them now. The ones of just before independence, the UA, they are on us. The ones of UNLA, all those. I think when we started, the figure was 1.5 trillion. 1.5 trillion shillings for the soldiers. What is it now? Oleru, didn't I hear that Oleru was here? Oleru, where are you?
Your Excellency, now we need 550 million Ugandan shilling to...
B or me?
It is me now to pay the remaining when I'm still doing more verification of others that have come on board.
So now you hear how Lubanga is working. It was 1.5 trillion, 1,500 billion. But you hear now, our daughter Oleru Huda, the Minister of Veteran Affairs, is now saying, for the ones who are confirmed, we are remaining only with half a trillion, half a billion, not even a billion. So this is how we are going to handle this issue of cattle compensation. Today is starting. We are going to start, because also we had to. When I would go to West Nile, they would say pay pensions, because there were many soldiers from West Nile, and I think even the father of Huda was one of them. Huda, your father was one of them? Come and tell us.
Yes, Your Excellency.
What rank was he? Or you don't know?
No, he was just a collaborator.
He was a sergeant?
A collaborator. He was a collaborator because he's among the peace dividends, the group of late Bamuze Ali and General Moses Ali.
He was not in the old army?
No, he was not in the old army. The one in the old army was my stepfather, who was killed in Karamoja.
Okay. So that's why I said, Huda, you now become Minister of Veterans. Stop disturbing me now, you handle them yourself. because I know her background. So now you hear the Banya. The Banya. We say Banya in Luo and in Ateso. Banya, the same. The Banya Banya. Doesn't matter, you know what I'm talking about. The Banya of veterans, of pensions, was 1,500 billion. Oleru Huda is now saying we are remaining with only half of 1 billion to pay the ones who are not yet paid, but confirmed. So, but we had to, when I would go to West Nile, they would say, Banya. I would say, no, you are going to mislead us. Because we are not dealing with only the issue of Banya, of pension. First of all, we need to pay the soldiers who are guarding you now. Those must be paid. They must be equipped. We can not only concentrate on paying the old ones and not paying the present one, then we shall have no security. How about the roads? How about the schools? How about the electricity? How about this university here? This is all government money. So you need to Kugabula in the Bantu dialects. I think somebody told me that in Luo they call it poko when you dish out the food. Is it poko? You see how good I am. Poko marom or poko maraj? Me, I am a poko marom person. I don't kugabura badly. I don't. And in Ateso, when you dish out food, huh?
Your Excellency, for us in Ateso we call Akorun.
Huh?
Akorun.
Apol. Ipol.
Yes.
So, we are IPOL. We need to give to the children, to give to the adults, to give to the workers. All of them must be handled. You cannot handle only one group. So that's why it takes time. But as long as we agree on the principle and we start, we move. So we have now moved. There were some confusions, like the issue of the TIN number, tax identification number. You go to the place, to Obalanga, and you ask Obalanga, people say, your tax identification number, they will think that you are mad. Those old people, they don't know those things, so I don't even know who put it on the form. There is a place where I slept when I was after Atiriri on Dokoro Road. There is a place there, I slept there when there was no grass one classroom. What is that called? Otuboy? Tubur. Tubur is this side, on Dokoro Road. Otuboy. You don't go to Otuboy and Ochero and those places and you say tin number. They will bring you to hospital where they think you are mad. So that one, I told them to stop that. But what is sure is the electronic identity card. Because that one will give everybody. Even the old women put their thumbprint there and their photograph, so that one everybody should have. That should not be a problem. Therefore, we are going to move. We just came here to start. We shall move in stages until we have covered everybody. However, what is most important, once you get this, whatever composition you get, the more important is to know how to go from traditional way or the colonial way, because here in Teso we had cotton, we had some cows. In the north also there was some cotton and cows, but traditional cows, the zebu. But what you need to do, apart from, for us we are going to implement this, but we may implement it and people don't get out of poverty. They get the cows, they marry women, the cows are finished, and they remain the way they are. That's why you should listen very carefully to the NRM message. Because what NRM is telling you is what we have proved. We have advised you that for the people in the villages, the main way of getting out of poverty is agriculture. But that agriculture must be commercial agriculture, not agriculture for just the stomach. In Luo, we say, teach, me each, keken, marach. I don't know how they say it in Ateso, working only for the stomach.
Your Excellency, in Ateso we call it Aswam Anwakoig.
Aswam?
Anwakoig Kikon.
Okay. Aswam Anwakoig Bon. Now, that is where the problem is. You must go into agriculture for the stomach, but also for the pocket. But also do so with a chivaro, as we say in the Bantu dialect, with chura in Luo, with Aymar in Ateso. I came here in 1995, I told you all this. This is not a new message. But people don't concentrate on the message. They are busy with other things. What? Politics, what? Please, what I'm telling you is for your own good. I'm not coming to live in your house, sleep there, or what? I am telling you because God gave me this job. If I don't do it, God will blame me. When I go to God and say, did you tell my people what to do? I say, yes, I told them, and I even have it in writing. I will produce it. So, commercial agriculture for the stomach and the pocket with chura, Aymar. This is what we are telling you. So whether you get these cows, if you get them and you don't listen to that message, those cows will just, even the land, like here in Teso, in some of the areas like in Ngora and so on, I can see when I fly over, the population is big enough. You can no longer have where to have cows roaming without proper fencing. In the north, Lango still some land, but soon it will also be crowded. So you need to do semi-modern farming. And the NRM has identified, the other time when I toured here, 2018, I gave you that agriculture for the stomach and the pocket with IMAR, with Chura, has two types. One type is intensive agriculture, where you use a small piece of land to get high returns. The other one is extensive agriculture, where you have a big piece of land, even if you get smaller money per acre, but because of the size, you will get good money. And you remember for the NRM people, when I came for the 2018, I told you 7 activities which I had calculated. Number 1, coffee in the areas where they can grow coffee, 1 acre. That's why in the 1996 manifesto, we talked of the 4 acres plan for the small farms. And we recommended that if you can, put coffee in 1 acre. It will give you good money. In Vietnam, they get up to 18 million from 1 acre for coffee. Then the second acre, fruits. And I'm glad the people in Teso here listened to my message and started growing citrus. I see there is some, when I fly over, I can see some clusters of citrus. If you do well, you can get good money. My daughter here, the VP, I started with her many years ago, using her place there as an example. You can tell them how much you get when things are moving well from one acre. You tell them on your microphone there.
Your Excellency, 1 acre of orange trees has 120 orange trees. And in the first to about the 10th year of harvesting, you can get 2.5 bags of oranges from 1 tree. And then the prices of the bags of oranges keep fluctuating. Sometimes 50,000, sometimes 60,000, but the highest I have ever sold was 80,000. So if you calculate 80,000 times 2.5 bags times 120 trees, the Deputy PSST is here. I think he knows the figure.
Is what? How much in terms of money?
The Deputy PSST. Your Excellency, 2.5 bags per tree, and the highest I have ever sold a bag of oranges is 80,000 each.
Oh, okay.
So if it is 80,000 times 2.5 bags a tree times 120 trees
okay, you
in
calculate.
1 acre.
You do the IMAR.
Your Excellency, it is 24 million.
Now you hear. If you plant the oranges and you look after them well, by the 10th year, you'll be getting 24 million from 1 acre. From 1 acre. So that's why the NRM recommended that for the 4 acres model, number 1, coffee, if you are in an area which can grow coffee. Number 2, fruits. And that's what Her Excellency is telling you about the fruits, 24 million or 20 or 18, whatever. It's much more. Then acre number 3, put there pasture and have Frisian cows in the shade, in the house. 1 acre can look after 8 cows, Frisian cows. You cut the grass, you feed them. You cut the grass, 0 grazing. Not this free range cows going in the bush. Now with 8 cows, 3 of them are milking, you'll get about 60 liters a day. You drink 10, you sell 50. That is the 3rd activity we recommended to you. In writing, the 4th one would be food crop, 1 acre for food crop. Cassava or whatever you eat. Then, in the backyard, you have poultry for eggs, the backyard. Doesn't need big space, it needs just the. You have sheds for poultry for eggs. That's activity number 5. Number 6, if you are not a Muslim like the Sheikh there, or an old Munyankore like myself, who don't eat pigs, you look after pigs. They give good money. And then finally, especially here in Teso and Lango, fish farming. Fish farming can get you a lot of money. I have 4 fish ponds in my experimental farm at Kaumu in Ruero. My people get 68 million shillings in half an acre. And in these swamps here, you don't have to put, instead of putting rice, which spoils the swamp, if we can have a program to have fish ponds at the edge of the swamp, not in the center. You leave the center, the swamp comes back, the grass grows, the water flows, but you have at the edge. You tap water from and you put it in your. These are the 7 activities we recommended for you in intensive farming. There are other things which are coming. I hear of avocado, I hear other things. Those ones we need to analyze each one. I discouraged cotton because when I went to Parisa some years ago, I was told that in an acre they were getting 200 kilos of cotton in a year, in one harvest. And each was 200 shillings. So a family was getting 40,000. And in Parisa, the average land holding is 2 acres per family. So if 1 acre is for food, the other acre is for money, you only get 40,000 a year. How would you get out of poverty? What chura are you using? Then there are other other things which we need. We need cotton, yes. We need maize, yes. We need tobacco. We need sugar cane. Those can be done by the people with big pieces of land, the ones of the extensive agriculture. That is our message. By speech, in writing, since 1995, It was in the manifesto of 1996, and we are always repeating it. And those who listen to us, they are fine now. But there are others who don't listen to us. So this compensation, without a new Njiri is originally, I think, Swahili, but in the Bantu dialects, we translated it to mean the gospel, the message of the gospel. I don't know in Luo and Ateso how they translate the message. Is the word Njiri there? It is there. How do you say it? Somebody tell me.
Your Excellency, it is Ejiri.
Aha. So, if you get compensation without getting the Njiri of socio-economic transformation, very soon you will be back to where you started. So, compensation, yes, but with the new Njiri. The Njiri of what the NRM has told you. Either you go for intensive commercial agriculture with IMAR, with the Chura, or extensive if you have the big land. And then there are the other activities, what we call emyoga. Those ones are also catered for. If you don't want to do agriculture, you want to do carpentry, that one is also provided for. Now, finally, the issue of insecurity in Karamoja. This will be handled. Actually, I was going to go there on Wednesday. I postponed my trip because of the death of Jacob Olanya. But I will go there. Now, I read the vice president here had a meeting here with some people, and they were talking about that situation. And she wrote me a report. And the report was interesting because they were telling her that, you know, the cattle rustling in Karamoja has now changed. Originally, it was traditional cattle rustling to steal cows, to marry women and all that. Now, in that traditional cattle rustling, somebody would steal the cows and put them in his corral, so that if you come looking for them, you can find them there. But these new cattle rustlers are for commercial. They are stealing the cows to put them on the lorries quickly and take them away and sell them. Oh, then I said, but that means they have entered my trap, because lorries don't go through the bush. They go along the roads. And the roads in Karamoja are not very many. So why not have roadblocks? And all any lorry carrying cows, you find out where it is going and where it is coming from. What is the problem then? Baruku Dembe, I saw Baruku Dembe here. The brigadier, the commander. Where's Baruku Dembe? I saw him somewhere here. Huh? Don't run, brigadiers, don't run. They walk slowly. So, Baruku Dembe, if what you are telling, and you had told me the same when I was in Karamoja.
Yes, Your Excellency.
If what you are telling Vice President, and which she put in writing to me, is true, then why not? Where do the roads pass? Are they helicopters that they fly in the air? And
Your Excellency, we started, since you left in September, we started cracking down those commercialized raids. And we have anti-stock safety unit, and day and night we normally stop the lorries and we make sure that there is identification. And the recent one was in Abim, where some people who had lost their cows identified their cows and they are at police.
So, if you have blocked the roads, where are the cows passing?
These days, Your Excellency, the cows don't move at night.
Even if they move during the day, but on lorries. Because you see, you told the Vice President that people who are stealing cows now no longer put them in the corrals. They put them on the lorries for selling. Then you remember when I was there, I said, this is very simple.
Exactly, Your Excellency.
If they are on the lorries, they are easy to track.
Exactly, Your Excellency.
So what is the issue now?
On lorries now, even during the day, we subject them for identification if we are suspicious that these cows don't have proper permits, and
So
we call...
then where are they passing? How do they take the cows? They don't put them in the corrals.
Your Excellency, it was then, but these days there are no those bigger raids that really attract lorries to move at night, even during the day.
Oh, okay, you see, for me, thank you very much for the report, VP. I read it. It is all there, and the questions are clear. Okay, Baruku Dembe, you go and see it. I will come to Karamoja. Somebody wanted to say something. Oh, this is a man called Amos.
Yes, Your Excellency.
The man from Kalongo.
Yes.
That's a clever man. One of the clever people. Yes.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I want to give a testimony. We held a meeting in Kalongo, and Brigadier General Welokodeme was there. We said we should intensify all the routes regarding those who are traveling with the animals. Immediately.
On lorries?
On lorries.
Yes.
Immediately after making that resolution, we arrested a lorry carrying animals in Agago coming from Karamoja sub-region. And we found the animals that was stolen from Agago in the lorry. And the person who was moving with the animals was also detained in Patong police unit. That's the testimony I want to say. If we could only block those routes, then where these people are going to take the animals will not be fine.
Absolutely.
I thank you.
Absolutely, because you see, even in the past, when the Karamojongo were when you walk the cows on foot, cows are big. You cannot fail to see them. If you respond quickly, you will see them. This is a simple matter. We shall solve it. It's not all that. There must be some internal problem among the people who are involved, either laziness or something. Yes, that is Akoka.
Your Excellency, my name is Peter Guang.
Oh, that's Peter Guang. I was looking at the other girl.
Your Excellency, it is true. First of all, I would like to thank Her Excellency the Vice President for writing to you that report. Sir, the problem we have along the border, and specifically I want to address myself to the 3 sub-counties I represent. That's Olilim in Palam, Ngariam, Okore. And even when you stretch Magoro in Toroma County, Guyaguya in Usu County, Okulonyo in Usu County, sir, there's a failure which we must speak the truth. While you've identified the problem of cows being transported in trucks, but the fundamental question is, how does a cow leave Ngariam and it finds itself to a truck in Nabilatu? What happens in between Ngariam to Nabilatu?
The walking.
The walking.
When you are.
The cattle rustlers are walking on foot.
Yes.
Our own soldiers are also walking on foot.
No,
Sir,
they have other means, but maybe they don't use them.
That is it. There's a problem, sir, and I want to confirm to you, myself and Her Excellency the Vice President, with due respect, sir, the people are not happy that how can government fail to protect the lives and property. For the last 10 years, sir, you know, we have never ever had a problem of insecurity or cattle thefts along that area.
No, it will be sorted out.
So as I conclude, sir, what am I trying to say, sir, here? To be sincere, you need to do something, sir, as far as the leadership of the UPDF managing that area is concerned. I want to confirm this to you, sir. I know speaking these words are hard on me, but for the sake of my people who support you and me, sir, it is long overdue. The problem, even as of yesterday, I have lost over 25 cows within Ngariam County. What about the other parts of the district? So I want somebody, sir, to request you, the earlier we address this problem, the better for the compensation why we are here today. Because we are going to give people money, they will buy cows, the same people will come and take away the what? The cows. How long are we going to continue compensating people on the same problem? So I thank you, sir, for the problem.
This will be sorted out. Finally, the lady.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm Apollo Christine, the District Woman Representative Kumi. Mr. President, apart from the theft of animals,
my former chairperson,
Kumi, dear President, apart from the theft of animals, the Karamojong are also killing our people. We thank you, Mr. President, because one day the aeroplane airlifted one of the dead bodies, where some of our people normally go fishing in order to fight poverty. As I speak now, Mr. President, we have families that have lost their dear ones, and the dead bodies have not been recovered up to now. Mr. President, the security force at the border is inadequate. Because when we talk to the boys who went there to help us recover one of the bodies, they said that the soldiers actually gave up and allowed the Karamojong to overtake at the situation at the border. Mr. President, even the families that have lost their dear ones, they asked us, their representatives, to request you to compensate them. Thank you very much.
No. Okay, we are getting late. Let's...
Your Excellency, just to put facts right, it is 3 days ago that we buried the last person that the Karamojong killed the other side. From 14th, then the army helped me to airlift it. So I was only trying to put that fact correct. Otherwise, an intervention. I'm the district chairperson, Your Excellency.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, no, the manpower had gone down a bit. That is true. Because the division, which used to be in Pader, the place is called what is that? The barracks there? Achori P. Yes. the division which used to be there was concentrated for training, because you know that's also another problem. When these soldiers stay scattered, 3, 4, 5, 10, they lose professionalism. If you get a big issue, they will not be able to fight. So they were concentrated for training. So only 3rd Division remained there. But they were given equipment, helicopters, other systems, which should compensate for manpower. So but I will come there, and the commanders are also engaged. They told me that they are going to meet on Monday. That's not a big problem. We shall solve it. And I'm very sorry about the people who have died so far because of this avoidable problem, and also the cows. But it will be finished. It's not such a big problem. And I could see from the report of VP that there's no logic, because you say they are moving by lorry. Oh, if they are moving by lorry, then that's simple. Man the roads. How can that be? How can it be a problem? But there's also the question of walking wrong. Why don't you respond quickly? We shall sort it out. So with these few words, I end my contribution, and I hope you give the checks and I go.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Let's have a good clap for His Excellency, the President. The dummy checks will be received.
Apoyo matek, noi.
Yes, Honorable Huda has a correction to make.
The LOC1 should not cause me bad luck. The one who wanted a motorcycle, please come and get your motorcycle. So I don't want the LOC1 to cause me bad luck.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I want to apologize. The figure is not 550 million, but it is 550 billion. It's billion, it's not million, Your Excellency, sir. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. His Excellency is going to launch by handing over a dummy check to the following representatives. The ones from Lango are Julia Sodwe, retired Deputy IGP, and Mr. Angelo Okello. The ones from Acholi sub-regions are retired Justice Galdino Okello and Mr. Norbert Adiera. And the ones from Teso are Washington Ariong and Mr. Moxon Ekurit. May I invite Her Excellency the Vice President, the Minister of Justice, Constitutional Affairs, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, please, you are in this team, so that we can once and for all launch this and let the work begin. Honestly, this is a historic moment which we shall never forget, and which will make history in Uganda and in the sub-regions where there has been insurgency and loss of cattle. I also want to inform you, Your Excellency, that before you came, Honorable Bright Ramirama spoke your language about commercialization of our agriculture and animal industry. And he gave good advice for us in order to make
animal husbandry, economic, and more wealth-oriented. I think we shall learn from that. Police band, get ready for anthems in reverse. And because of time, I think I'll request that it will be East African anthem and national anthem, because it is getting late and the weather is also changing. And let it be one stanza each, like we have always done. East African anthem and the national anthem. Your Excellency, I also want to inform you and all of us, when I say that this is a historic moment which is going to change the life of Northern Uganda, I think it is true, because recently there was a team which came all the way from Somalia to study how peace and development can happen in Northern Uganda, and specifically in Nwoya district. We hope and pray that with all the people here, stakeholders, that this is going to be an example to transform Northern Uganda. One group has already got their dummy check, and the next one is getting the dummy check, and soon it will be done, and that will be the launch of the compensation of payments to claimants and beneficiaries. The second group has got, and that will be the third group. More wisdom is coming from experience, that the people in charge of the roadblocks, please don't stand and just see the lorry empty, because we have been told that they are tied down under the lorry. So please climb up and check under the lorries so that you can discover the animals. We should be vigilant about this. All the three sub-regions have now got their dummy checks, the Lango, the Teso, and now the Acholi sub-region. We want to thank you so much, Your Excellency, for giving hope to the people and opening a new chapter of life to our people. May we now stand for the anthems in reverse order.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Right Honorable Speaker, religious leaders, members of Parliament, ministers, all of us. We thank you. May we now start work which will help our communities transform, and may we use the payment to transform our economy, and not just to marry more wives or do more drinking, but to modify our agricultural economy and even transform our animal husbandry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your Excellency, thank you. And safe journey as you go back home. May God bless all of you, all of us as we go home. And may we take this opportunity to transform our society. Thank you. And please, we shall wait until the Excellency, our President, leaves. Leaving is in reverse order, as it were. Please do not leave before His Excellency has left.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this great day, for this wonderful day. Ikatunga Omiegu, let us wait until His Excellency leaves, then we will depart in reverse order, beginning with the Vice President, the Right Honorable Speaker, in that order. Thank you all very much for coming. Thank you all very much for this great day. We will always remember this day. I
want to thank you so much for being part of what has been happening here today. As you can see from Soroti University, and of course, here is our camera, and I just want you to look at that now. Here is one of the beneficiaries of the launch that has just happened today, as you can see. Now, this is Mr. Ejang. Is this you? No. Okay.
I'm Angelo Kello. I'm representing her.
Okay.
Angelo Kello from Aleptong district.
Angel from Aleptong, and Aleptong is in Lango sub-region. And we can see that Ejang Mary here is one of the beneficiaries. It has just been a launch, and here is where it is. How do you feel representing Ejang, and how do you feel seeing this day happening, and of course having a dummy check like you have it now?
I feel really very grateful to government for having considered giving us, although it is still a token, what we claimed was much more than this, but still it is good enough because this is a beginning. I tell our people, I encourage our people, please, with the money you are going to receive, practice modern farming. When you buy a cow which will give you a lot of milk. Okay. Buy either a Frisian cow or a Boran bull, which will give you 700 kilos of meat. Okay. That is the only way you can become better off.
Okay.
Don't go back to the traditional way of farming. Okay. It will not help you.
Let me talk to the lawyer here, Mahmoud, one of the lawyers, of course, who has made this a reality today. How do you feel? I find out that you're standing with a dummy check for one of the claimants on this day.
It feels great because after 11 years of hard work, I can start seeing the fruits coming. We are saying that this is not enough, but it's a beginning point, and we're happy for that.
And how would you, the elder here is telling people how to utilize the money. You know, when somebody gets the money, it becomes their money, and they'll choose what to do with their money. But how would you advise them, especially one who has been there to fight for their cause and to ensure that they actually get to this day here today?
Fine. The elders have created an association whereby they're being supported in various ways on project management and things like that, and income generating activities. We hope that the training that they got will be useful for them to be able to use the money they've got.
Now, this is 6,300,000. We've seen two dummy checks over 11 million shillings, and we just want to know why the figures are not the same. We had the figure of 11 million, this is a figure of 3 million. How did they get to this, and won't people feel cheated? Won't people feel others are more entitled than them?
I don't know why they chose to give this figure. First of all, the figures are peculiar to each and every claimant, given the fact that they were they gave various figures when they are going to court and later when they were being verified. I know that amongst my claimants, that those who got as low as 6 million, I think that got those who got as much as 200 million. I don't know why they chose this particular damage check, but it's up to them. I think it's maybe a strategy that they want to achieve.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Ndugu Mahmoud. Thank you so much, the elders. Just a word before I let you go.
Yeah, this is a great day. At least it has opened a chapter for us to begin seeing money. As His Excellency says, he will be paying in a bit, knowing the problems of Uganda. But it is good. I think hope of the people will now stand firm.
Well, thank you so much. Now, the most important question that has been answered here today, or that needs more answers, is the issue of security. Just as you heard the different members of parliament representing the areas here talk about the issue of security, that has consistently been a problem, especially from the raids coming in from Karamoja. His Excellency the President has promised that yes, they will do anything possible to answer the security question. Now, officially, the launch has been done, and we have seen claimants get money, and they will continue getting the money as the launch here has been. We want to thank you so much, wishing all the best and wishing all the blessings of God. My name is Jagenda Semakola Ziksoka, for and on behalf of everybody, back to our broadcast house in Kampala. Shalom.